So hello, beautiful Magic Month tribe, and welcome to Magic Month of November. I can't believe we're in November. I'd be really grateful to those of you listening live if you can let me know that you can hear and that the technology is working correctly. If you haven't met me before, my name is Corina and I am from Starlight Temple, and Starlight is a company that does all sorts of courses and ceremonies and land work, that spiritual travel that is about using channeled and spiritual practices to help us ascend, to help us live more of our greatest possible life. And I'm so glad that you can hear me, and yeah, I'm really excited to be doing this Magic Month. It's a very, very time is now, powerful time. And if you haven't listened to Magic Month before, it is a forecast that basically gives you an astrological and energetic overview of the month ahead, so that you can find out the times that are best for manifesting, for healing, so you can understand why you're being rocked about, and we're all being rocked about at the moment. This is a very powerful eclipse window that we're in the middle of. And so yeah, this is Magic Month, and like I said, this time, this winter, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, is just so mighty and so powerful. And if you use it well, it can be very, very, very amazing. And I'm excited about November's forecast. But let's begin with a meditation, just to bring us into now. And so closing your eyes and deciding to take a really big breath. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Really letting go of your day, of everything that doesn't belong to this now. As you feel source light coming into this time and this space. Instantly raising your vibration. And just take this moment, this now, just to be in this beautiful, pearlescent source light. And in this light, know that you are more than enough. Give your whole self permission just to be. To not be healing, to not be fixing, to not be changing. Just to be. Now connect to your aura. A dance of colours. and patterns of energy that surround you. And imagine your aura becoming still water. So that your energy body has this moment just to be as well. Now connect to your inner voice. It's really the voice of your emotions. Experience this voice becoming quieter, and then becoming a whisper. And then just being quiet. And allowing yourself to settle. And everything you are feeling, whether it is tired, or triggered, or vulnerable, or happy, or joyful, just surrendering, letting it all be. And as you be, feel yourself being surrounded by white and golden light. Feel the love of Mother Earth holding you. And experience your heart opening. To this webinar. So you understand that this is exactly where you are meant to be. And we will begin with a message before the forecast continues, and this message comes from the star councils of the light, and we say to you, that many of you are experiencing an intense eclipse window, which you are currently in the middle of. You are experiencing a magnifying of all of your emotions and feeling as if you are in the storm or the big waves of change and transformation, and this is always the case in an eclipse window. But as you have just experienced, when you are feeling rocked about, when you are feeling in the chaos and emotion of change, one of the greatest medicines, one of the greatest ways to rebalance and feel better is to do the opposite of what is happening to you, is to give yourself moment or many moments just to be. And as you allow yourselves just to be, a total eclipse, a letting go of that which has been rocking you happens easily, happens naturally. And so if you have been feeling this overwhelm, and we will go into greater detail about overwhelm in this magic month, if you have been feeling this overwhelm, then we invite you to take time throughout your day just to be. Not even meditating, simply being, relaxing into who you are as you are. Relaxing into any emotions that you are experiencing. Allowing your inner voice to become quiet and your energy body to become still. And noticing how you're feeling as you breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. And when you're ready, opening your eyes and coming in to the room. I would love to hear from any of you about how you're feeling after that very simple practice of being. And I'd also love to hear from any of you about how your eclipse is going. I know that lots of people are having a big one, which is a good thing. We want to have big ones in eclipse windows. And so please do co-create this webinar with me. But I'm going to move on into the forecast. And so, as the guides have said, we are in an eclipse window right now. We're about halfway through the eclipse window. And an eclipse window is the time. There's always two eclipses. There's a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse. And the eclipse window is the time between the two. And these times are, in my opinion, the most amazing times for transformation, for healing, for inner development work. And this eclipse window, because it crossed over Samhain, which is a festival in the Northern Hemisphere of death and rebirth, this eclipse window is especially transformational. It's especially dyey and birthy. And that means that it is definitely not for the faint of heart. But it really is an amazing opportunity to call medicine and transformation and healing through you know, our deepest wounds, the things that are truly ready to be transcended, the things that are truly ready to die and be reborn within us. And the second half of the eclipse window, which in my mind is like after Samhain, after Halloween, which we are now in, actually feels kind of lighter and brighter than the first part. I kind of saw the first part as death, and I'm seeing the second part as birth, although I don't know which is actually harder to do in physical terms. And yeah, a lot of people are having deep wounds and deep stuff coming up, especially stuff they've maybe battled with in the past, and this is actually quite a good sign. And so the first kind of bit of astrology that happens in November, other than the eclipse window, is a really positive piece of astrology. On the 4th of November, the sun joins with the Southern Cross star, a crux, and I hope I've got the pronunciation of that right. I haven't heard of this star before. And this star, it's part of the Southern Cross. It's actually the constellation is featured on some of the southern flags, and this when the sun and a crux align, what it's about is like a blessing. It's like abundance and success and honor, and it's really a day for kind of seeing your blessings and manifesting and calling in and receiving. And you know, the sun is our truth, and so this blessing star joining with the sun, it's like, let your truth be blessed. And in a way, everything that has been purging from you this eclipse window and in the run up to the 4th of November is like that which isn't your truth. You know, what eclipse windows bring up are things that maybe used to be our truth, or were ancestral truth, or truth belonging to another time. And eclipse windows brings those up and purges them out of us, because they're not our truth anymore. And my feeling is this eclipse window is really getting to those core wounds and the core collective wounds between the masculine and the feminine, the deep feminine wounds, the wounds that block us from being in our innocence, from being in our blessed life. And you know, the 4th of November is very close to the end of the eclipse window. The eclipse window ends on the 8th of November. And so it just feels like this, after that purge, in a way, after that sweat, or after that cry, or after that release, then it's time to open up and actually go, well, what is my truth? And so I really invite you to sit and listen, ask the question, what is my truth? And listen to the answer of that question. Maybe do this outside so that the sun and this a crux alignment can actually bless the truth that comes to you. In a very similar way that you know, the meditation that we started with in Magic Month was like, just stop, just be. Sometimes we find our truth not by healing more, not by working on ourselves more, not by changing more, but just by being. And in a way, I invite you, my instinct is saying that November 4th is a really good day just to be, just to be, just to stop, just to let it all land. what your truth actually is. And my feeling is that connecting to what our truth actually is, and I mean like the unfiltered truth, you know, not the truth that our society gave us or our ancestors gave us, but like our soul star family truth, the truth that we know. You know, we have a lot of trauma stories that tell us we're unloved, but what about the truth that is from your higher self, that is like, no, I am love, therefore I am loved? It's like, can you connect to that higher truth on this day? And this is what I feel this eclipse window is purging. It's like all that stuff that just isn't who we are. Because my feeling is that as the energies in the winter pick up, which all of the prophets and channels are saying is going to be really, really, really big, as these energies pick up, it's like sometimes we've just got to affirm in the chaos what our truth is, you know, what our timeline is, what our destiny is, who we are, what our humanity is. And it feels really right at the end of this eclipse window. You know, there's a lot of light energetically in this eclipse window. It's like, it's really hard. And there is loads of shadow, and there's loads of drama, and there's loads of things coming up. And yet there is so much light in it, because this one is about birthing you into your truth. And so I invite you on November 4th just to really, you know, stream consciousness right, meditate, be in nature, just open up and be like, what is my truth? What is my actual truth, without all of the noise of all my trauma and all my story? What's my truth? Who am I? Because when we do anything in an eclipse window, it is magnified. It is accelerated. And so we can also do the positive stuff, the manifestation stuff, the blessing stuff, and it can be magnified and accelerated. And then the next big date is November 8th. And November 8th is the blood moon eclipse in Taurus. So it's the end of the eclipse window. And this one is, you know, it's the big moment in November. It's like, this eclipse window has been so big. I know that you're all feeling it. The blood moon eclipse, blood moon is because it will look reddish, but you know, blood moon eclipses are about endings. They are about completion. They are about uncreation. They are about doors closing, it happening on a blood level, on a heart level. There's a lot that's been coming up this eclipse window in the collective about worth and abundance and childhood stuff. And so all of this stuff actually has an opportunity to close. You know, these false truths, these past blockages, these unworthinesses, they have an opportunity to close. And absolutely, if there is any kind of purification ceremony, healing ceremony, anything that you can do on the eclipse, either the 7th or the 8th, just go and do it. It's like such a powerful eclipse. And yeah, it's the climax of this process that we are currently in. And that, you know, I'm tempted not to go too much into the details of the astrology, because I actually think the process that we're in is more important. The ascension process that I'm going to share about after the astrology is more important. And on the same day as the blood moon eclipse, which, like I said, it's completion, it's ending, it's time done, finale. That's the energy it has. It's like finale on those wounds. And yes, come into the joy about that. Come into the like, oh my gosh, we're actually coming to the end of these things we're healing. You know, this blood moon is in Taurus, and so a lot of the wounds, Taurus is a very like root chakra-y, stability, money, relationship, worth, work constellation. And so this eclipse is getting into our roots, our foundation, our sense of stability, and it's making us feel unstable. But that's a really, really good thing. You know, we don't want to be stable in the past. We need to be stable in the present. And so this eclipse is like clearing out our past. And it's a total full moon eclipse. So there is even more completion energy. It's big and it's powerful. And in a way, I invite you all just to let go into it. Let go into it. And because on the same day, there is another astrological thing, which is a Mercury Kazimi. And again, astrology I have never heard of before. And this is when Mercury aligns with the sun. Exactly at the same time as the blood moon eclipse. Mercury, the planet of communication, aligns with the sun. And this Kazimi in astrology, it's the start of a new cycle. So we have total completion and total new beginning. And it's a new cycle in our awareness, in our consciousness. It's a new clarity. It's a new cycle of our own perspective. It's an awakening energy. And an awakening of higher truth. And I actually believe that, like, you know, this month, this winter, this is when like ascension is really starting to embody. And you know, with this Mercury Kazimi energy, it will expose the lies into those transformation completion energies, the lies to yourself and the lies that others are telling you. It's like an exposure energy. You know, it's like that, you know, those stories of people that have those sudden awakenings where suddenly they wake up and they're like, this is not right. This is not how I want to be living my life. They have those like hit by lightning in their third eye. That's the energy, but it's collective. And so we have this opportunity to like accelerate our awakening, to accelerate our consciousness, to accelerate our ascension, to begin a new cycle. And really, 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 really the awakening, ascension, like the greatest thing we can ascend right now is our own perception. And this is what I want to just invite you all to think on or to feel into, is what if what is purging and releasing has been part of what has been filtering your perception. So the wounds, the traumas, the old Piscean ways that are purging, that are showing up in the eclipse washing machine, that eclipse windows always are. What if it's actually purging out of your perception so that you can see not just Pisces, but Aquarius? And when I say perception, what I mean is power is our choice. Our choice is our power. And we can choose to perceive change as terrible things, apocalyptic things happening to us, as more evidence that the universe doesn't love and support us, as more proof of how everything is wrong. Or we can choose to perceive it as ascension, and the universe serving us, and the universe evolving us, and another perfect moment in a series of perfect moments that is your life. And I believe that this eclipse window is a move out of that old perception of struggle, of trouble and strife and struggle, and into the new perception of this is all amazing. And this is all exciting, and I'm just going to enjoy it all for what it is. And I believe that this eclipse is the eclipse window, particularly on the eclipse, there is massive opportunity for upgrading your light body, for stabilizing your light body, for becoming more of that truth that you connect into on the 4th of November. Actually living it by perceiving it. But of course, you've got to do the work. Of course, you've got to do the ceremony, you've got to do the feeling, you've got to do the processing. And then on the 9th of November, so the day after the eclipse, the sun is opposite Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of awakening, of revolution, of freedom. And so again, the sky is saying, and wake up, and consciousness ascending, truth, more of a revolution of your truth. Uranus is about becoming wild. It's about, if you think of the crazy eclipse energies, it's like Uranus energy is about surrendering into those and becoming the storm. It's about not fighting or resisting, but riding. And this energy is opposite our sun, our truth. Our truth is literally about to change. Like the astrology in November is like, whoa, ascension. Like it's like a melody of ascension, or a score of what ascension would sound like to me. And it's like, again, when I tune in, it's just like this light coming through our consciousness, like a sunrise, like, whoa, what haven't we been seeing? Again, all of these energies are crazy. They are going to rock you. You need to ground. You need to hold your center. You need to choose in the chaos to be grounded, to be calm, to be still, but to be quiet, to be the space for your truth. And anything that can support you in doing that, do it. And then straight after November 9th, we have 11/11, which, everybody knows 11/11. It's a day that is about aligning with your higher self. 11/11 in numerology is about connecting to your higher self. It's a day of alignment, of awakening, of being in connection with your greater purpose, with your higher self, of being in alignment. And my guides love to talk about alignment. And they say like, yeah, of course, you can do loads of vibration raising practices. You can have really good diet. You can do yoga. You can meditate. You should be doing all of these things. All of these things are amazing for raising your vibration. But the best thing that you can do to raise your vibration, the easiest way to ascend, is just be true to you, is be in alignment, is do you, show up as you fully. And I feel like this eclipse, it's like, it's the timing of it all is like, it's going to birth us into 11:11. It's going to birth us into our awakening. It's going to birth us into our higher self. If we choose. If we choose. Because alignment is ultimately you choosing. You are your alignment. Your free will has to be part of the alignment. And I'll give you an exercise at the end of this to help with that, because it's just so important. And so this is another amazing day to manifest, to say I'm of service. This whole month is an amazing time to be saying, Gaia, what do you want me to do? Where do I need to be? Send me signs. It's a really powerful month to be asking. Mercury Kazimi is about asking. 11:11 is about asking. Sun is about asking. All of the astrology on the 4th of November is ask, 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 ask. You know, my guides are like, we know you don't know how to do this, but just ask and we'll help you. It's like, ask for help, ask for what you need. Ask for what you need to feel okay with all of this change. Ask for what you need to be in your power. Ask. Ask for what you need to feel worthy whenever you ask that. Because it will be provided for you, because you are where ascension is happening, because you are the awakening that is happening. But you got to ask. And so a really powerful day to vision board, to manifest, to ask, to reconnect to that truth, to allow that truth that you connect to on the 4th to flow through you, and just say, okay, manifest. Really powerful day for any practices for connecting to the higher self. And then on November 16, we have Venus entering Sagittarius. And Venus is like the planet of love and desire and tantra and beauty. And Sagittarius is light, you know, Sagittarius is about direction and joy and connection and friendship and, you know, that ability to just kind of charge forward and move forward and focus on what you want. And so this is really about like Venus entering Sagittarius is like us actually letting our love lead us forward, actually on the 16th of November, actually letting our love lead us to our lightness, lead us to joy, lead us to our balance. And what I feel is post, you know, it's going to be very, very, very churny up until the 11:11. And then post the 16th, it feels like there's going to be new directions. Whether those new directions will be big or not, you know, the astrology forecast is beautiful, but it's big, it's new, it's change. How we handle that change is up to us, but new directions opening up. And then on the 19th, Mars, which is in retrograde, squares with Neptune. And Mars in retrograde, I spoke about it last month, but Mars is like the planet of action and the masculine in many ways, and the doing, trying. And because Mars is retrograde, this eclipse what we've got is this opportunity to release our trying, to release our insecurity, to release our need to do, and make space for more being and more of that spaciousness. And what we have with Mars squaring Neptune is the planet of dreaming, you know, the metaphysical, the dreamscape. Neptune in many ways is one of the most feminine and many of you will be finding, if you look at it from a philosophical point of view, that actually what you're going through is the wounds of your masculine versus your feminine. And this square of Mars and Neptune, it feels like yet another opportunity to drop out of our heads, to drop out of our left brain, to drop into our intuition, to drop into our feeling, to drop into our feminine, to make space and allow our dreams to happen. And again, I imagine around this time, it feels like there might be another like aftershock of whatever you've been working on in the eclipse window. It feels like the final round of that healing that needs to come up will come up just before, on November 22nd, the sun moves into Sagittarius. And you know, Sagittarius is about landing where you're supposed to. It's about aligning through direction, aligning through joy, aligning and easing, rather than pushing and battling. And so it feels like everything that they're clearing, and there's a lot of purification energy this November. It's clearing out the over efforting, the fuel crisis ways that we have been living, and clearing out the shadow of the patriarchy that we have all been living. And then on the 23rd, Sagittarius again, new moon. And it's new lunar cycle. The eclipse energies are completed. It's the start of a new chapter. It's a very, very, very bright, high vibrational moon, amazing moon for manifesting and meditation and believing, and becoming alive with and receiving. So again, really powerful time to be calling in, and call in what you need now. Stop manifesting for the future. Call what you need now. Welcome it in now. Receive it now. Because it's a really powerful moon, you know. It's the post-eclipse moon. It's like the moment the baby actually arrives. If you imagine how difficult birth is, you know, this is the moment that like all of that joy and amazingness happens. And it's especially powerful because at the same time, Jupiter, which is the planet of path and expansion, goes direct. And Jupiter's direct in Pisces for the last time for 12 years. Jupiter loves being in Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces is like spiritual awakening, spiritual expansion, light body expansion, path, abundance, spiritual path expansion. Like, this is such an awakening, expansive, positive thing, and it's happening on the new moon post the eclipse, and the new moon is filled with all of these beautiful forward, it's like don't look back, look forward energies. There's all this promise, there's all this beauty and this power and this light and this promise, and it's absolutely astrologically amazing. You know, this forecast is one of the most positive but potent forecasts that I have ever done on Magic Month. And it's surprising to me because every channel and every prophet and all the astrologers are talking about how heavy this winter is going to be and how hard it's going to be. But I'm feeling guided to talk about the opposite and talk about, like, can you see how much dawn energy there is, how much new energy there is, how much positive alignment there is. And yes, change is really hard, and these energies, they are like blasting change, they are forcing change. And that's why the eclipse feels so hard, because it's no longer comfortable to be Piscean. But what I'm really wanting to share with you is A, how supported you are cosmically, because you are. And B, how there is a choice in what you're going through. And I know so many people are really going through it. And I believe that we're all really going through it because this is a time of joy. And not joy as we have been taught it. Like, joy as we have been taught it is like, oh, you've got to be happy all the time and kind of manically happy. Whereas joy, as my guides teach it, is receiving to the point of overflowing. And that means anything. So when we receive something to the point of us bursting into tears, that is a form of joy. When we feel all of it, when we receive something to the point of like going into a massive rage or a rant, that is a form of joy. And I believe with all my heart that what we're meant to do at this moment in our ascension is to receive to the point of overflowing. We're meant to be feeling all of this. And when something is overwhelming, according to my guides, it's because you're not receiving. What's coming up for you at the moment is the things that block your receiving, the things you don't want to receive. Because here's the thing, receiving is unconditional. This was my big breakthrough. I was like, oh, if I want to receive, you know, my worthiness was coming up, my feelings of abundance and lack were coming up, because that's what's collectively coming up. And I was like, I want to receive, I want to learn how to receive. And then I was taken on this amazing journey through that intention, through that asking. And what this journey has taught me already, what this eclipse has taught me already, is that if I want to receive, I have to receive all of it. Like, you don't get to filter. You can't receive some and not the other. You have to receive it all. And what I've been doing every single time something hard has been happening and hard things have been happening, is I've just been opening my heart and going, I can feel this. I can feel this. And I've just been affirming, I can feel this. I'm willing to feel this. I will feel this. I will receive it. And you know what? As I've been receiving it, firstly, the thing has cleared so much quicker, because when you truly receive, then you start digesting. And those things you've been going round and round and round in circles with that you can't cope with, you actually start digesting. And as I've been receiving, and as I've been saying, I'll feel this and I'll receive it and I'll use it as a practice for receiving, my manifesting has started to get so much better. Not manifesting in the future, manifesting now, things I need now. And as I've been receiving, most importantly, I've actually started to just feel so energized and so light. And I feel like I'm starting to actually receive the energy I need, the life force energy I need to ascend, to actually lift my vibration. And this, if you don't do anything else, this eclipse window, I invite you just to be like, okay, I'll feel it. I'll be inside it. I'll feel it. I'll receive it. Because I feel like the choice, the power right now is choice. And it's whether you receive it or whether you get overwhelmed by it. Those are the choices. Because the change is happening. Pisces is collapsing. But the choice is whether you receive it and therefore enjoy it. Therefore be in joy with it. And like I am, because I keep receiving it. I'm like, I'm actually having quite an amazing eclipse window where I'm just enjoying it. And like really, even when like my train threw me off because there wasn't enough drivers and I was standing on the platform having been on a plane all morning this morning, and I went to complain about it and I went to go into the story, and instead I was like, no, this is a human experience, just receive it. And guess what? I had a much better time on that platform. And this is what I'm inviting you to do, because I really believe if you do, you're going to see your vibration start to skyrocket. You're going to be like, oh, this is the energy I've been missing. And you're going to be moving things through your system so much quicker, making space for this truth, for this light. I hope you can feel the light that I am feeling right now. But this light, it is the light of our own new perception, which I believe is our ascension. It's like, this is one of those it moments. And so I invite you just to hold your hands on your hearts and just take a really big breath. And just say in your inner voice, I can feel this. I can cope with this. As soon as you say I can, your heart opens and you start receiving. And just notice how you're feeling. I can. All of those past things that are coming up is because at the time you couldn't receive them. That's why they're in your shadow. That's why they're in your pain body. That's why they haven't been digested. So say I can. And see what happens. And keep grounding. I'd advise that around the eclipse, if you can, do a fast or a detox or you know, because it's a time of completion, I advise you to like really detox your body, even if it's just a 1-day juice fast. But I really advise that for the eclipse. I was getting really strong guidance. It's like give your whole system a break so that it can reset. Eat really, really healthy, but ground. And just keep saying, I can. Keep giving yourself permission to feel. Keep giving yourself permission to receive. And this is what I feel is the most important. Yeah, so around the 7th or 8th, just have a nice detox or a sweat and release. Because there's a lot churning up before then. And so I want to hear what you think of the astrology. I want to know what you think of the astrology. I think it's great. I think it's brilliant. If any of you are like really resonating with where I'm at, which is like just receive, then Starlight is holding, I am holding 5 channel transmissions that starts tomorrow. That is all about letting go and receiving and becoming more receptive. I have no idea what the guides are doing. I was just guided that there would be 5 transmissions. And so it's one of those that is completely with spirit. They were like, people will know if they're called. You can click the link and you can find out more. And that is what Starlight is offering, and yeah, it is all a big adventure, and it's really important that as light workers and earth showers and way showers, we stay in our truth, which is that ascension, not apocalypse, is happening. That's our truth. Surely that's our truth. And so we have to be happy about the changes that are happening, because they are the changes that we have been calling in and praying to and asking for. This time, absolutely, any time of this month that you go into ceremony is going to be powerful. It's such a connect and ask and connect to spirit and high vibe and star being month. So anything you do in that is really, really, really important and really aligned. The guides are saying eating healthy again and making sure you get enough protein. We can't be ungrounded. This is also a time of embodying. Remember that receiving is this amazing digesting process, and so we need things that support our digestion. And feel it more. Feel it more. And the easiest way to do that is just to be okay, I can feel this. I can feel this anger. I can feel this shame. I can feel this pain. And yes, the transmissions are every day, if you're called to them. And so I'm going to pull the card of the month, and then we are going to do a little light chamber. Bring through some more guidance on joy. Stargazer, set your sights higher. That's what it's about. Stop looking back, start looking up. Stop looking back and start looking up. Yes, we have to grieve the past, and yes, we have to be in the processes of letting go. but we can be letting go into the future. We can be letting go into something greater. We can be asking the stars to support us. And if we're receiving, we will, as the message says, the card message says, we will be going beyond our limitations, and we will be believing the impossible is possible. You are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp. You are being guided to focus on your vision. The angels who are with you are encouraging you. There is nothing you cannot have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or pattern of lack or not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. Angels and ancestors' wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe, and the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talent filled with strength and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. That's what's happening. That's what this eclipse window is doing. That's what this November and this winter's doing. It's turning our wildest dreams into reality. It's exchanging our limited realities. It's so cool. It's so amazing. And all of those blocks to your feminine receptivity, and your receptivity is you feeling it all. Your feelings are your receptivity. They are your feminine, which is your creational power, happening through you. Allow them, feel them, be it. And so, yeah, Starlight has some offerings coming up. Yeah, I haven't got it up on the website yet, but on the Sagittarius moon, on the new moon, we have the next Radical Receptivity workshop. These workshops are amazing. Like what the guides teach in those last for months. Surrender was the last one, and it just has been working through me to the point that I feel like I actually understand how to surrender. The next one is Believe. So it's a Radical Receptivity workshop on learning how to truly believe, which feels very, very important, because it feels like, as one channel said to me, she was like, the ground beneath you is fluid. Collectively, even the ground is unstable. So where's your stability in your belief in yourself? There's nothing left to do but believe. That's what's come in. And so that workshop is going to be going live, and it's free to Starlight Sanctuary members. You can click the link and find out more, and you will be able to click into you can either pay for the workshop individually, or you can join the sanctuary, which is amazing. The sanctuary is just awesome. We have all sorts of really cool things going on in the sanctuary, like meditations and movement and Q&A with spirit and hive mind, which is my new favorite sanctuary thing, which is when we actually all get together and help each other out with our paths. It's just amazing. And so the Radical Receptivity workshop is free to sanctuary members, or you can book it and join the people in the sanctuary for it, and just pay for that, whichever works for you. So those are the two main offerings that Starlight has. I highly recommend both. If you're feeling the call, it is all about if you feel called these days. If it feels right for you, then it is right. But I'd just like us to... Oh, thank you, Melanie. Thanks for saying that. I really love the sanctuary too. So the final piece of wisdom that I want to share that's really helping me be receptive is it's something that came out of our channeling course that's currently running. And what came out of it was we work on the heart and the higher self. And what the guide said was that your higher self is your trust, and your heart is obviously your love. And your love, so all of your feelings, your heart is your receptivity. And we can have our heart, we can live through just our heart. And when we live through just our heart, we have a very feeling orientated time. So we have a very, very, very dramatic time because, you know, we're just receiving without any trust. And then we can also live through our trust, which can be a very purpose-driven time where we're just in service and following our service and following our flow. But actually, those times we can have no receptivity. You know, we can be trusting and trusting and doing and doing and doing, but actually it's not showing up in our realities because there isn't any love, because we're not receiving. And so one of the things that you can do if you want to have more joy is really practice mixing your love and your trust, is living love and trust simultaneously. So trusting what you are feeling, trusting what you are experiencing. And as you do this, what it actually creates is the opposite of overwhelm. It creates overflow. It creates joy. And the guides are going to lead a practice to assist with this. That includes a light chamber to close Magic Month of November. And thank you for saying that, Andrea, as well. So, closing your eyes and feeling a chamber of light initiating around your energy body now. And this chamber of light beams into your heart, illuminating and energizing your heart. And as your heart is illuminated, as your heart is energized, you come into this state of being more of your heart, noticing that you are suddenly experiencing more of your feelings, noticing which feelings are flowing through you. And now this chamber of light beams a green light, a sound frequency into your higher self, chakra, which is a foot above your crown chakra in the top of your head. And as this light beams in to your higher self chakra, your aura fills with the white light of your higher self, and you experience that feeling of purpose, that feeling of trusting your direction, which is absolutely what the cosmic skies of November are initiating and activating for you. And now this light chamber beams in to your heart and your higher self chakras simultaneously, transmitting the same Anahata emerald green healing frequency into your heart and into your higher self. You feel the alignment of your heart and your higher self, your love uniting with your trust. You feel this permission to trust all of your feelings, to trust all that you are experiencing. You feel this beautiful purpose to the direction, the compass of your feelings. And as these two frequencies harmonize, notice that you instantly become lighter, you instantly become brighter, you instantly feel the state of joy, the state of receptivity, and it is this joy, this willingness to be in the experience, this that is more than willingness, that is excitement, that is tingling, that is aliveness. It is this. It is the greatest choice you can make at this time. And the one that will mean this time is one of receiving miracles and experiencing instant manifestations, because you are practicing the state of receptivity. And we ask you to experience this as an energetic process. We ask you to experience this as a bouncing of self into the moment as a lightness of breath, as an enjoying the experience rather than judging the experience, which is the same as not receiving the experience. Now a purple integration light is transmitting down, assisting in the integration of the heart and higher self frequencies, being aligned, being merged with each other. And now the chamber of light dissipates, and the violet, rainbow, white and emerald fires come through your energy body, transmuting all energy that does not serve or belong into love and into love. And a golden rain shower of light comes down, taking any energy that is meant to go to Gaia, to Gaia. And a big beam of source light comes in, taking any energy that is meant to go somewhere else, wherever it is in the highest good for it to go. Breathing in love, breathing out gratitude. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. And when you are ready, sending your love and gratitude to Mother Earth, to all of the minerals, all of the plants, all of the animals, all of humankind, all of love, all of light, all of matter, all of mystery, all of fire, all of earth, all of air, all of water, all of source, all of self, all of the masculine, all of the feminine, all of the unity, all of the stillness, and all of the feeling that is happening now. Breathing in love, breathing out gratitude, and when you're ready, opening your eyes. I really hope that helped to raise your vibration. I really, really invite you to say I can to all of it and feel all of it and receive it all. And I really hope if you're called to join us for letting go to receive, you do. Good luck, stargazers, and hope to see you soon.